we need more, not less, hotels and army barracks to get used to house illegal immigrants. Now, before you wet your knickers, hear me out. They're here. At the current moment, as it stands, here and now, we can't just get rid of them because of the European Court of Human Rights and all that jazz, right? So what can the UK do here and now? Now, I would love to be able to run this by the Attorney General to see if this actually has any merit or I'm just bumping my gums. But anybody that gets rounded up on the small boats that are entering the UK illegally, they get shipped to army barracks, hotels, but these army barracks and hotels are secure. So a bit like an open prison, but not so open. The motherfuckers can't just go out and wander the streets. They need to stay in this accommodation until they're processed. They'll get fed. They'll get watered. They'll get a roof over their heads. They'll get an hour of exercise each day. You know, like prisoners, keeping it within the, you know, because they're breaking the law. You know what I mean? So if you're breaking the law, you get treated. Well, in fact, the prisoners would love to stay in a rat-infested hotel rather than a jail. But this is a wee bit step up from an actual jail because they are criminals. They're breaking the law, coming in here, and until they can get processed, whether it be good guy, wank, you know, and let into the country because they're a good guy, not a wank. They don't get the bells and whistles. They need to stay in secure accommodation. Now, army barracks is the unused army barracks are the easiest. You can secure them easy peasy, I'm sure. They're going to have some sort of a secure perimeter, I'm guessing, and easy to make it secure. Through my journey, I've been in a few homeless units in my time, and they have kind of secure entry and all that jazz as well, you know. Just one entrance, and people can't come and go as they... You can make it a secure entry, easy peasy. So if you want to come to the UK illegally, if you don't have any, and I'm pretty, if they don't have any documents or anything, you can't tell who they are. Well, that's when the DNA testing and all that shit comes into it. Again, like, I'm not ignorant to all the treaties and all the laws. Well, I'm completely ignorant, but I'm aware they're there. I'm not totally ignorant, but I'm ignorant to all the treaties and stuff, but I know they're there, which means you just can't rock up and do what you want, you know, like, the people, the reason I'm talking about this is because there's people protesting 600 asylum seekers getting put into an army camp, and the locals are out, you know, protesting it. And it's like, right, so what do you want to do with them? Like, unfortunately, because this would make a good game show, be Squid Game on acid, I would call it. Unfortunately, we can't just stick them in a catapult and rattle them in a parachute back to France. As fun as that would be, and doable, by the way, just need to get a really big catapult. Teach them how to pull a cord. You know, that would solve it. That would be a good deterrent. But aye, that's you know, see, rather than just like shouting slogans and all that borderline just football fucking 2-syllable shit. That's actually like what I'm bringing to the table is something that might be doable. You know, when I'm listening to the news and the press and all that, they keep talking about take away the pool. as I use different language to take away the incentive. There's an incentive to come here. Do you know, in Europe, the UK are sixth in line. We're not first, we're not second, we're sixth in the amount of immigrants, asylum seekers we've got. I think Italy's the top. Don't quote me on that. Aye, I can't find the table that I seen earlier. I'll keep a wee eye out for it. But when it comes to cold numbers, the UK is the sixth in line for the amount of asylum seekers, illegal immigrants, refugees, whatever you want to call them. We have, and if you do it per capita, we go down to 12th or 13th. So as big a problem as it is here in the UK, and it's obviously a problem, it's got to an extent where it's easily used by people to rile up the populace. It's a problem all over Europe. Thus, where do you lay the blame? Because for some reason, some weird, twisted reason, it seems to be just getting laid at Labour's door right now. Now you can sit there and say that they're the government, they should do something about it and all that. Same rules apply. The Conservatives before that. And you could even say Labour before that, because Tony Blair and Labour's, Tony's new Labour, Tony Blair's Labour were in at the start of the Iraq War. Oh, he was body deep in the Iraq War. Then David Cameron, and quite a lot of the illegal immigrants are coming from Iraq. I don't know what proportion, but a good proportion. And it was David Cameron that was in charge of the UK when Libya happened. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And he had prostate cancer last year, cured. Came out today. Anyway, and a lot of the illegal immigrants, especially in Italy, if you look at a map, makes sense, are coming from Libya. And Italy's top of a lot of tables when it comes to illegal immigrants and stuff. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the illegal immigrants come from Libya. In fact, I know a lot of them do. I think the highest proportion of illegal immigrants in Italy come from Libya, because it's just a hop, skip and a jump across the Med. And the Med being the Med and not the English Channel, it tends to be a lot more calmer and nice weather a lot of the time. So that's what I would do to try and reduce the problem of illegal immigration into this country. Take away, if you get picked up in the English Channel, and because of the law of the sea, which a lot of people don't even register, they just say, why doesn't the Navy just rock up and start blowing them out of water? People are saying that seriously and stuff. You're like, what? Anyway, the law of the sea is older than the law of the land. True. Interesting, but true. So, take away all incentives, and if you get picked up in the English Channel on a small boat, you get rounded up, put in secure accommodation, fed, watered, all the rest of it. No pocket money, no nothing. A bowl of gruel and water, bread and water every day. I'm exaggerating a wee bit, but you know what I mean. And processed. And somehow, some way, I've not even thought this deep about it, what you do when people can't literally prove, or you can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt where the people come from that you're trying to process in the secure hotels, army barracks. What you do with them? Maybe the catapult could come in. Put them into Squid Games. Squid Game. Yeah, that's funny as fuck, man. But it's at least it's bringing an idea to the table that could actually be talked about instead of just turning up and protesting, which is a waste of time and it just helps polarise shit. Rather than like petitioning MPs, if you think that would work, it's got to be better than turning up for mindless protests, kicking these people out of hotels and just like fucking spreading the problem all over the UK even more. Don't shit my doorstep, go and shit on that guy's doorstep. So you need to bring, what I would do, or see if it was possible, again, speak to the Attorney General, see the legalities about illegal people that are in this country illegally, about keeping them in secure, perfectly fine accommodation. Until they can get processed, whether that be a week, whether it be a year, whether it be 5 years. And again, I would imagine, just watch the problem melt away to a small trickle. And then I say obviously, then you apply a hell of a lot more sensible rules to legal immigration. You know, people forget to talk about legal immigration and all that jazz. You know, you need to talk about that, because the UK is wide open to legal immigration because of the Commonwealth. And we've got and we need to start speaking a different language. One of the pulls that Britain's got is that we all speak English, the world language, the language of the world. So we all need to revert. People from Aberdeen and people from some corners of the UK are alright with us. But we need to stop speaking like motherfuckers on the TV and resort back to our local lingo to discourage motherfuckers who speak the Queen's English because they learned it on TV or American soaps. Need to stop speaking like Americans so no cunt can understand, no less cunts can understand us. Take away another fucking pull, another incentive. See, they wouldn't understand that. Anyway, that's how I would solve the immigration problem. Protest until your heart's content, man. It's not going to fucking change a fucking thing. Labour ain't getting in again, so they can pretty much do what they want. Conservatives ain't, fuck knows what's going to happen to British politics. Reform Party's going to fucking find themselves in like, what we're going to do now, and the country's going to end up starting falling apart even more. But don't worry, man, we might be able to throw out some brown people. But people just listen to Nigel Vadge's populist rhetoric and don't realise about the legalities and all that stuff. Like no becoming a pariah within the international community. Otherwise, if you become a pariah in the international community, the international community is going to stop trading with you. And then if they stop trading with you, the economy fucking starts grinding to a halt. What's Fadge going to do about that? Kick more brown people out? Because a lot of his supporters, I don't believe about this Nigel Farage at all, man. He's just big business. He just wants low taxes for his big business pals like Donald Trump. They're not interested in saving the world, they're just telling you that, saving the country. Just telling you that populist rhetoric. Anyway, I could rant on forever, man. I'm going to get myself off. Get it, got it, good. Catapult. Get them in a catapult. In a parachute back to France. Get it, got it, good. Cat cheese, no cats, no cheese. Maybe only some not living hotel lovies. We're harmed in this filming.